gentlemen, this is Vince Miller. Thank you so much for joining me for this devotional. Now, before we dive into the Devo for today, I want to encourage you to do something for me. I put a link in your email. I also put a link in the show notes below, right at the top, regarding our annual retreat. Very first time I put on one like this before. Usually I speak at other people's retreats, but this time I'm going to put on my own, host my own after 30 years, finally doing my own. Guys, I need your help with this. I want you to take a look at that webpage and see if you can help in some way, whether it be putting the word out there for me, recruiting guys, volunteering. Maybe you want to help from afar because you can't come just simply by praying or administrating some detail. I need your help. I can't do stuff like this on my own. I need men to help out. So check out that link. We have not opened up registration at this point. We will soon, but I'm just looking for men who want to help behind the scenes to kind of get this thing going. And with that, let's dive into our devotional today. We are in Galatians chapter 6. I'm going to read verse 1. Great theme here. Paul says, "Brothers, if anyone is caught in any transgression, you who are spiritual should restore him in a spirit of gentleness. Keep watch on yourself, lest you too be tempted." So guys, I love this transition from Galatians 5 to Galatians 6 because Paul helps us to see that there's a spirit that, yes, works in us to guide us, but this does not rule out the working of the Spirit in other people in our lives. You see, the Spirit works through us and others for the mutual benefit, driving us to accountability with God. But fellas, accountability on this level assumes a few things that I think are evident or assumed by this text here. Here's a list of items. First, that we're in close enough proximity to know the transgression of another brother. Second, that we're attentive enough to the Spirit to feel a conviction about their present challenges. Third, that we're motivated to restore them for their benefit, not just to draw attention to our righteousness or holiness. And fourth, that we're humble enough in our approach so that the way that we correct doesn't get us into our own problem and lead us into sin. But guys, it's that first assumption on my list that I think is the big one. We're simply not in close enough proximity to another brother to even know what's going on in his life. And do you know why? Because, fellas, we know how to isolate ourselves so that we can do whatever it is we want to do. And then, unfortunately, one day we look up and discover we're in this huge mess and all alone because we hid and we isolated and we secluded ourselves from the relationship of other men. We preferred the flesh over the Spirit. That's what we did. And guess what? A little bit of spiritual accountability could have stopped it all. Just a tiny little bit of accountability by the Spirit. So fellas, today I want you to name a brother, if you know one, if you got one, who has helped you spiritually. I just want you to share his name in the comments below and then in short explain how the Spirit worked through him to help you. And I want you to do this so that you can really reflect on that and think about it, but also so other men can see the impact that this has. And if you are out there today and you don't have a spiritual brother, I'm praying that God will put a name on your mind today and that you'll run to that name before you find yourself in a huge mess and all alone. Fellas, I say this in the deepest love. Go find a spiritual brother. And with that, I'll see you right back here again tomorrow.